Good evening and welcome to the Weekly Voice presented by VNN, bringing you today's top 10 Canadian news stories on September 19th, 2025. Let's get started. Breaking news. A 19-year-old from the UK, identified as Talha Jubair, is charged in a sweeping cyber extortion case tied to the group known as Scattered Spider. US officials allege at least 120 attacks since 2022. With more than $115 million in ransom flowing through crypto wallets linked to the accused. Agencies in Canada, including the RCMP, joined the FBI and the US Department of Justice on the investigation. Allegations include computer fraud, wire fraud, and money laundering, with a potential 95-year sentence if convicted. Officials stress none of this is proven in court. This is one of the biggest international cybercrime stories of the year and we'll continue to track it closely. Please share this report, like our coverage, and follow us here at Weekly Voice for more updates. Breaking news. Canada's housing market is flipping from shortage to surplus. Desjardins economist Carrie Norman says record permits, near 350,000 units in August, collide with a 16% drop in starts and the highest level of unabsorbed new homes in a generation. The multifamily backlog is now the largest in at least 25 years, while pre-construction sales in Toronto have fallen to historic lows. Affordability at current prices, not red tape, is the core issue, according to the analysis. Builders face rising input costs that limit room to discount, creating a fragile standoff between supply and demand. This shift could reshape the national housing debate in the months ahead. Please share this story, like the video, and follow Weekly Voice for the latest on Canada's real estate market. Breaking news. A small Piper Cherokee made an emergency landing in Monarch Park, Toronto, and everyone walked away. Air traffic control audio captures the pilot reporting an engine failure while approaching Billy Bishop Airport and calmly seeking a landing spot with 2 passengers on board. The plane came down near homes and a high school soccer field without injuries. The Transportation Safety Board of Canada is inspecting the aircraft and reviewing flight data to confirm what went wrong. Experts say the pilot's quick actions likely prevented a tragedy. This miracle landing is being hailed as a reminder of training and composure under pressure. Please share this incredible story, like our page, and follow Weekly Voice for more news from across Canada. Breaking news. Ontario is investing $27 million to help Chapman's ice cream build a new state-of-the-art facility in Markdale. Premier Doug Ford announced the move as Chapman's contributes more than $200 million of its own capital. The project adds about 200 jobs, bringing the workforce to over 1,000. The 175,000 square foot plant expands capacity, supports new product lines, and strengthens export goals, while the company maintains its commitment to using Canadian milk and cream. This investment shows government support for Canadian business at a time of global competition. Please share this report, like our coverage, and follow Weekly Voice to stay informed on Ontario business and jobs. Breaking news. ABC. Supreme Court ruling sharply criticizes airG co-founders Frederick Gahramani and Vincent Yen for years of questionable conduct. Justice Jasvinder S. Basran's 74-page decision describes reckless and dishonest actions, citing internal notes about so-called shady deals and evidence of manipulated records. Yen's claims were dismissed, and he and StudyPug were ordered to repay more than $140,000 for improper expenses. The court also noted governance fixes under Gahramani, including outside directors. This decision puts a spotlight on leadership accountability in Canada's tech sector. Please share this story, like the video, and follow Weekly Voice for ongoing coverage of business and technology news. Breaking news. Canada's business community is paying tribute to former Rogers CEO Nadir Mohamed, who has died at 69. Rogers confirmed his passing, with leaders remembering a collaborative and decisive executive who guided the company through intense competition and major media moves. In 2013, he secured a 12-year, $5.2 billion NHL rights deal that reshaped sports broadcasting. After Rogers, he co-founded Scale Up Ventures, chaired DMZ Ventures, and served on several boards. He was appointed to the Order of Canada in 2019. His legacy remains a significant chapter in Canadian telecom and business history. Please share your thoughts, like our coverage, and follow Weekly Voice for more Canadian business and leadership stories. Breaking news: Calgary's surrounding markets are cooling as inventory surges. New CREB data shows sales falling in airG, Cochrane, Chestermere, Okotoks, High River, and Strathmore, with supply up sharply in many of those communities. Benchmark prices are now under downward pressure in several areas, even where year-over-year gains persist. airG's resales dropped nearly 12% with inventory up about 73%. Cochrane's sales are down and listings have more than doubled. Canmore remains the outlier with a higher benchmark price near $1.1 million, but sales slipped. These shifts are reshaping the real estate outlook in Alberta. Please share this report, like our page, and follow Weekly Voice for more housing and market updates. Breaking news: Canada has opened public consultations ahead of the USMCA review. Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc says top priority is relief from U.S. tariffs on steel, aluminum, autos, and softwood lumber. Ottawa is seeking detailed input from industry and workers to shape the strategy. The agreement, which replaced NAFTA in 2020, includes regular 6-year reviews in a 16-year term. Canada is open to broader cooperation with the United States on defense and energy, but near-term focus is tariff reduction and competitiveness. These consultations will shape Canada's negotiating position in the months ahead. Please share this report, like the video, and follow Weekly Voice for the latest on trade and international policy. Breaking news: the federal government has introduced a bill to add a definition of hatred to the criminal code and create a distinct hate-motivated offense. Minister Sean Fraser says the goal is clearer tools to address rising anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, homophobia, and transphobia, and to strengthen protections for places of worship and cultural institutions. Supporters argue precision will help prosecutors and send a message of solidarity to affected communities. The bill will now move to debate and committee before any vote in Parliament. Please share this important update, like our coverage, and follow Weekly Voice for more on Canadian politics and justice. Breaking news: India and Canada held pre-Foreign Office consultations in New Delhi, led by India's Secretary East P. Kumaran and Canada's Deputy Foreign Minister David Morrison. This follows the June meeting between Prime Minister Modi and Prime Minister Mark Carney at the G7 in Kananaskis. Both sides welcomed the return of high commissioners and agreed to restart dialogue across trade, security, energy, critical minerals, and science and technology. They also flagged the need to strengthen missions to handle visa and consular demand. This signals cautious optimism for a more stable partnership between Ottawa and New Delhi. Please share this story, like our coverage, and follow Weekly Voice for more updates on Canada's role in global diplomacy. That's all for today's top stories. Thank you for joining us on the Weekly Voice, presented by VNN. Stay informed, stay engaged, and we'll see you next time.